Well, it's a new month. You got to cut us some slack. Happy Wednesday, everybody. July is here. First day of July 2026. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. At 12 noon today, we'll be halfway through the year. 182 and a half days down, 182 and a half days to go. Just like that. Pretty good weather. It's going to be a little on the breezy side at times in the evening hours. Overnight tonight into Thursday, overnight Thursday into Friday. Outside of that, it's going to be pretty warm, pretty dry, quite pleasant for the holiday weekend. A lot of people are off right now. A lot of folks will be off on Friday, some even taking Monday off because the holiday itself, Independence Day, falls on a Saturday. Most folks are going to be observing Friday as their day off, so we get a 3-day weekend. That includes us, by the way. No Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on Friday, no evening news. We have that day off. So we have the weather forecast. We have a lot of news out of Grant County over the last day or two. We'll fill you in on that and other stuff as well. In sports, a nice victory for the Mariners. Brian Wu set a new franchise record. We'll talk about that when we get to sports. The Apple Sox played the Dub C Fish Sticks. Beat them up bad. It took forever to play this game. It was a non-league game, as you might imagine. World Cup results as well. France is looking mighty fine. France just they're looking good. I think France is going to win. And one last chance for your friendly reminder that the place to be for Independence Day weekend, Friday night and all day Saturday is Walla Walla Point Park for the Wenatchee Valley 4th of July Independence Day celebration. Allie Jordan from Elevated Marketing will give you all the details that you need to do. All right, let's take our tour around the valley. There is the valley proper, zoomed in just a little bit, just to go. Oh, you can actually see Walla Walla Point Park because that's that point that sticks out there, not far from where the Wenatchee River meets the Columbia. Beautiful view there. It is 59 degrees here in the big city. Sun came up at 5:08. Sunset tonight 9:01. Tomorrow's sunset will be at 9:01, and then on Friday, sunset will be down to 9 o'clock. We still got 15 hours and 53 minutes of daylight. The days are getting shorter, but it's so imperceptible, most people can't really notice. Looks like there's a few clouds on the east slopes of the Cascades up to Nanapoc Ridge. We go. Beautiful view there. That's the Hay Canyon camera. We have that moved just a little bit. Usually we have that pointed a little bit down towards the Wenatchee Valley. That's pointed almost due, let me think here. I'm trying to get this in due south, I guess. By the way, friendly reminder, we got this from both Chelan County and Rivercom. A lot of people, even though fireworks are banned, personal use of fireworks are banned in Chelan County and Douglas County, with the exception of the city limits of Rock Island. Don't ask me why, but in any event, people are going to be shooting off fireworks anyway on Independence Day, and Rivercom reminds you, don't call 911 unless it's an actual emergency. If you hear fireworks going off in your neighborhood, don't call 911. They got enough going on. Call the business line. Don't call the actual 911 Rivercom line if you hear or see fireworks in your neighborhood on July 4th, because they got a lot going on, and the last thing they need to do is do something that isn't really an emergency. And good morning to Lake Chelan, which will be hopping indeed for the holiday weekend. Works out good at our nation's 250th birthday is on a Saturday. I like that. All right, here we go. From the National Weather Service, this, first of all, I forgot about this. Thank you, Levi. I forgot we're doing this. This came out yesterday from the Climate Prediction Center. We try to do this on the first day of every month. What is July going to look like? Well, it's going to be warmer than normal. We have a very good chance, about a 70 to 80% chance of seeing our monthly temperatures for the month of July warmer than normal. And July is usually the warmest month of the year. And as far as precipitation is concerned, hate to show you this, probably leaning a little bit below precipitation. And keep in mind, as we mentioned this before, now that we're well into the summertime, when we get rain in the summertime, it's usually a pop-up thunderstorm and the atmosphere gets a little unstable. That's so it's not looking real good. It looks like it could be a very dry and hot July for our area. All right, now we can get to the forecast from the National Weather Service. Sunshine today, high of about 80. Not a lot of wind to talk about, only about 5 to 10 miles an hour, so quite comfortable. Mostly clear tonight. It'll be a little breezy in the overnight hours. Eventually, it'll die down. a little bit tonight. We'll slip down to 55 for the overnight low. Partly sunny Thursday. Going to see just a few clouds float in and out on Thursday. Weak shortwave comes through, so we'll call it partly sunny tomorrow and a high of 81. A little breezy on Thursday night. The clouds will be exiting the area Thursday night, by the way. 58 for the overnight low. Into the holiday weekend we go. 86, lots of sunshine Friday. 88, lots of sunshine for Independence Day. Could be a little breezy on Saturday night. We'll know more when we visit tomorrow. But right now they say it could be a little breezy on Saturday night for the fireworks, and then Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. High pressure is going to be setting up by the time we get to Friday, and that's why we're going to be warming up to above normal temperatures. Now we'll take a break, and we'll come back with the news. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the Instant Life channel.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
The Wenatchee Apple Sox's 2026 season is off and running.
Swing and a fly ball deep right field. Kainoa Santiago.
The Sox return to Wenatchee at the end of June and beginning of July. The Apple Sox will first face off against FC for a 2-game series and then welcome the Edmonton Riverhawks for 4th of July weekend. On July 3rd, Wenatchee will have a post-game fireworks show that you won't want to miss. So spend your summer here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium to create some lasting summer memories. Apple Sox baseball, it's harvest time.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
It's a beautiful morning outside of a few high clouds. It's gorgeous out there. 59 degrees, right around 80 for the afternoon high. A little breezy tonight, right around 80 on Thursday. A little bit warmer on Friday, a little bit warmer on Saturday. No complaints about the weather for the weekend. Sunny and warm, but not hot. It's 8 minutes after the hour. County commissioners have declined to ban the sale or discharge of fireworks in unincorporated Grant County ahead of the 4th of July weekend. But they did urge safety practices. On Monday, the commissioners held a public meeting on that topic. It included a statement from Fire Marshal Nathan Poplowski, discussion with the prosecuting attorney's office, and public comment. The fire marshal in Grant County determined extreme fire danger exists. He argued in favor of the ban that was declined. Fireworks are already prohibited, by the way, in certain designated areas, including Crescent Bar, Desert Air, and the Gorge Amphitheater and the Gorge Campground. Fireworks in Grant County can be discharged this week in unincorporated Grant County from 9 to 11 through July 5th and until midnight on Independence Day. Mosquitoes collected for sampling in Grant County have tested positive for West Nile virus, which can lead to encephalitis when transmitted to humans. The Grant County Health District says the insects were captured on June 23rd and confirmed to carry the virus earlier this week. Monitoring in Grant County has found evidence of the virus nearly every summer, but no confirmed human cases have been documented in the last 11 years. Most people bitten by an infected mosquito will not become ill, but health experts say everybody should take precautions. About 1 in 150 people develop an illness of the central nervous system like encephalitis or meningitis. The disease can also prove more serious for seniors or those with pre-existing conditions including cancer and diabetes. Grant County now has a second interim official serving in one of its elected officers, the Board of County Commissioners, on Monday, named Carrie Heston of Ephrata as county treasurer. She succeeds her longtime predecessor, Darrell Pheasant. Heston is a deputy in the treasurer's office and the only candidate for the title of treasurer in this year's election. She's running as an independent, by the way. Pheasant held the treasurer role from 1986 until he retired this month. Last week, commissioners named a new interim auditor for Grant County. Republican Shannon Falstad is serving in that role until after the election. Falstad faces two opponents in the primary who are also Republicans. The Washington Court of Appeals said yesterday that a Douglas County man was properly convicted of assault, but said there's no evidence that he concealed the weapon used in the attack. 2 years ago, a jury convicted 40-year-old Perfecto Salgado of the Palisades of striking his partner with a hammer, then tampering with the evidence by hiding the hammer on top of his trailer. Judge Brian Huber sentenced Salgado to 29 months in prison, but the only evidence Salgado hid the weapon was a recorded jail phone call in which he instructed his brother to move the hammer. The appeals court ruled that alone did not amount to evidence tampering. The ruling means the charge is stricken. Salgado must be resentenced, although it will not affect the prison time he's already served. Veterinary scientists at Washington State University say a parasite commonly carried by foxes, which can be passed to dogs and cause severe illness in humans, has been found in the Pacific Northwest. The fox tapeworm is carried by foxes and coyotes, and it can spread to humans through contact with feces or feces-contaminated soil. Wazoo says the parasite was not believed to be present in the region until recently, after it was detected during a necropsy of a fox kit that was found in Pullman. It was also found to be widespread in coyotes in the Puget Sound area. The college recommends avoiding contact with wild animal feces, wearing gloves when cleaning areas where feces may be present, and wash your hands a lot afterwards. Additionally, pet owners should prevent dogs from eating rodents or scavenging wildlife. The Chelan-Douglas Port Authority last week approved a construction and design contract with a Vancouver-based company, Peak Environmental. They want to upgrade the fueling systems at Pangbourne Memorial Airport. The $1.2 million project includes the construction of a new concrete pad and new fuel tanks, meaning the idea is to improve how efficiency airport staff fuel up their airplanes. Construction manager Nick Rohrbach says while the upgrades won't be a direct benefit to customers' flight experience, it will help keep the airport's operations running in the background. June is the time of year when a rare flower blooms in Chelan County. The Wenatchee Mountains checker mallow is found only in our region in a meadows area at about 1,600 feet or higher. Each year, scientists and volunteers from the U.S. Forest Service, the Department of Natural Resources, and the community at large fan out into the mountains to take a census of the rare flower. We went along with one of those expeditions a couple of years ago.
My name is Dave Wilderman. I'm a natural areas program ecologist with the Department of Natural Resources here in Washington. We're monitoring a population of a very rare plant species, the Wenatchee Mountain checker mallow, that's only found here and within about 5 miles of this site, a handful of other spots. And this is by far the largest population of it in the world. That's the only place it's found in the world. So it's about typically 2 feet tall, maybe, the flowering stalk, and it has these really nice little pink flowers. It's related to other mallows, which people might be familiar with, but a little head of pink flowers. Leaves are about 3 inches by 3 inches.
So this is a really rare endemic, known pretty much only in this area that we are standing in, which is the Okanagan-Wenatchee forest. So it's very rare. There's a lot of really important pollinator connections, and it's something that we're working really hard both through monitoring as well as outplanting introduction work.
It's long-term monitoring to track the status of the population here. So each year we rotate around to different parts of the site and count the plants and map them out so we can look at the distribution and how they're moving on the site. Within the Wenatchee Mountains here, which are kind of a separate, geologically a separate mountain range from the Cascades, and the thought is that they weren't very heavily glaciated back when the main glaciers, the continental glaciers, didn't come quite this far south. There weren't many what are called alpine glaciers, so plant species like the Wenatchee Mountain checker mallet kind of survived in this little island of habitat through the glaciation.
Are there particular threats to this plant population right now?
Yeah, there's invasive species are a main concern. We do a lot of invasive species control, weed control here at this site. Excessive sort of trampling or compaction of the soil is really can be a problem. And then changing of the hydrology, so the plant's really dependent on seasonal flooding and wet soils into the growing season. And so anything that kind of modifies that hydrology is a potential concern, including, the predicted shrinking of snowpack, because these meadows are mostly fed by melting snow. And so as the snowpack is reduced over time, they'll dry out.
Climate change, habitat loss, hydrology changes, your typical fire would be a big issue. Fire, since it has such a narrow range of population, a big fire in here could take out the whole population really quickly. It's kind of a treasure hunt. So we're all walking through sometimes thick brush, but when you see one, it's really rewarding. And there's not a lot of them. There's a reason it's rare. So it's really fun to, just kind of the camaraderie of the whole thing is really nice. Not only are we doing the monitoring, but we're really working hard to do some reintroduction work and find places where it might be likely to grow so that we can spread the population out so that it is more protected against fire or any kind of localized disturbance. So Rare Care is working with Forest Service and some of our other partners to find areas with habitat, and then we plant checker mallow out. We grow them out in the greenhouse and seeds, and then we plant them out. So we're doing some work for introduction as well.
Is it rough to try and cultivate a species like this in a controlled environment?
Yes, it is. It's quite challenging. This one is not even one of the most picky ones, but it still is not like growing vegetables. It has some pretty significant requirements that we're still just learning about because, again, it's so rare and we know so little about it.
And finally, one quick note, if you're planning a trip to the Enchantments over the Independence Day weekend, first of all, you're not going to be alone. And second of all, make sure that you're prepared for the backcountry. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office, along with volunteers, have already conducted a number of rescue operations in the Alpine Wilderness area this year. Nigel Hunter is a deputy who works on the agency's search and rescue team. He told us that the Sheriff's Office has seen an increase in visitors who are not experienced in the outdoors, who may have been influenced by social media to check it out. He said visitors should make a plan for where they are going and then tell somebody what they're going to do. Hikers should also come prepared with provision supplies in case they need to stay out overnight, with food, water, and extra clothing meant for cold temperatures because there's still snow in them thar hills. And that is the news. At 19 minutes after the hour, if you want to stay in the loop, and we know that you do because people watch our newscast, because we know that they do. Watch the news tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. The NCW Life Evening News at 5, 6, and 10. Also on our YouTube page. Right around 5 o'clock. The news is also on at 5:30 and 6:30 too. I can't forget about that. Got a news tip? Send us an email. news@ncwlife.com. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Sports. Julio Rodriguez had 3 hits, scored a couple of runs, but the big story yesterday was Brian Wu. He took a shutout into the 7th inning. The Mariners put together a 5-run 6th inning, and they pulled away from the Angels. The final was 8-3 at T-Mobile Park last night. Wu allowed just 4 hits and struck out 5 in 6 1/3 innings, and he set a new franchise record of 32 1/3 scoreless innings at home.
What Wu has done at home this year, that ERA of a flat 2 is in the top 10 in baseball. But how about the slash line, the average on base and slugging hyphen?
You know, they pay different attention to what they're doing.
Fastball strikes out Grisham, first strikeout for Wu. And he struck him out. He threw that pitch in another time zone to Soler, and Wu gets the strikeout. He put him away on a disappearing slider. And he put him away with the sweeper. He got it. First pitch, check swing, and Naylor's got it. A flip to Wu, who steps on first, and the Angels strand a pair. Wu gets out of a jam, and he sets an all-time T-Mobile Park record. 31 consecutive scoreless innings spun by Brian Wu. On the ground, and it's into left field. Julio's coming home. The throw to the plate, cut off. Mariners take the lead. Randy puts them in front of the 6th inning. On a 1-2. Into right field, base hit. Cole Young cashes in. Naylor scores. Randy pushes into 3rd, and the Mariners take a 2-0 lead. Cole Young, base hit. Oh, this finds the backstop. Randy's coming home. He scores standing. 3-0 Mariners. 2-2. Inside out. Base hit right field. Cal is in. Cole Young races to the plate. Weston Wilson drives in 2 more. And the Mariners taking it to the Angels in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 5-0.
The playoffs. As Ohapi smacks one to left center, and that's a base hit. So an 0-2 pitch. Ohapi brings home the first Angels run, and it's 5-1.
Elevated sinker and a good swing for Ohapi there.
Center cut on 0-2.
Yep.
Balls in 1 strike on Neto. And he grounds this one to center, a base hit. In comes Lowe. O'Hoppe heads home. 2-run score off the bat of Neto. And the Angels make it a 5-3 game.
Just like that, right back in there. You have your guy at the...
Grissom to right field. Wilson comes in, and he can't hold on. He picks it up, and now there's a log jam. Tag is applied. It was dropped on the dive, and Emerson's going over to put the tag just in case on Walton. So Walton is safe. Neto is out.
Touch. I wonder if Kurt Suzuki knows about the shoulder meter.
Colts, a parachute down the line. Fair ball! Julio and Randy score. And Colt Emerson gets 2 runs back for the Mariners. That looked like hockey.
Against a lefty, you can't open up and try to pull early.
Line left field, base hit. The hits keep on coming. Young racing to the plate. He's safe. 8-3 Mariners. Victor Robles drives in the latest. Ground ball. Emerson's got it. Ball game. Mariners win it 8-3, and they take the series, winning the first 2 against the...
It's a strange scheduling quirk because there's a World Cup match in Seattle today. The teams are not playing today, but they will play tomorrow, 6:40 on Mariners.tv. To the American League West scoreboard we go. It looks something like this. The Rangers won, so they still have a half game lead over the Mariners. Astros 2 games behind the Rangers. They beat the Twins. The A's got slaughtered by the Dodgers, and the A's are now 4 games back of first place. To the FIFA Men's World Cup we go. France is looking pretty darn good right now. They beat Sweden 3-0. They were toying with them for most of the afternoon. Norway snuck by the Ivory Coast in the round of 32. Mexico advances. They look pretty good. They took care of Ecuador yesterday 2-0. Here's your schedule for today. It's an early start, 9 a.m. in Atlanta. It is the English national team will take on the Democratic Republic of the Congo. That's at 9 a.m. on Fox, and on FS1 at 1 o'clock in Seattle. It'll be Belgium and Senegal. And then the nightcap in the San Francisco Bay Area. The United States national team will take on Bosnia-Herzegovina. That's at 5 o'clock on Fox. I will be watching. And the Wenatchee Apple Sox started their second half of the season with and that's not a mistake, a 24-2 drubbing of the Dub C Fish Sticks, needless to say. It's a non-league game. Wenatchee scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third, 3 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth, and 10 in the eighth. The game took 3 hours and 41 minutes to play. I think it just ended. By the way, the 2 teams play again tonight at 6:35. And there's the West Coast League scoreboard. Take a quick look there. I still can't believe that score, 24-2. That's a lot of runs. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. It is Canada Day today. I wanted to get that out of the way. We'll do a little more Canada stuff here in just a little bit. National Ginger Snap Day. It's National Creative Ice Cream Flavors Day. I'm looking at you, Ben and Jerry's. International Chicken Wing Day. But nope, today we celebrate and we need to respect the postal worker. It's National Postal Worker Day today because today is the birthday of the zip code, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Fun facts about the United States Postal Service. About 7.3 million people work for the Postal Service. No tax dollars are used at all for the operating expenses of the Postal Service, which might be why they lose money every year. They're funded by the sales of services, products, and of course, postage. That gets the job done. 174 robotics systems move about 314,000 mail trays each and every day. There are about 40,000 alternative fuel vehicles in the fleet. Most of them are equipped to use ethanol. Every day, the Postal Service processes and delivers over 472 million pieces of mail every day. The most visited government website is the Postal Service's website. They get about 8 million visitors a day. I guess that makes sense. They employ a lot of computers, a lot of smartphones, a lot of tablets. If you live in Sydney, Montana, don't forget to tip your postal worker because in Sydney, the postal route every day, the driver has to drive 190 miles a day every day. So tip, if you live in Sydney, Montana, And if you do, best of luck to you. Don't forget to tip your mail carrier come Christmas. How do they decode really bad penmanship? If the automatic readers can't read the address, they send it to Salt Lake City, where they have about 1,000 people whose only job to do is try to figure out where this thing is supposed to go, because the automatic readers could not decipher the address. They actually have it. They all go to a center in Salt Lake City where they try to figure it out. Do dogs attack postal workers? Yes. On average, about 6,000 attacks every year. Dogs attacking postal workers. LA is the king. Last I checked, 74 mail carriers were attacked by dogs just in Los Angeles. Mail carriers are trained to when there's a threatening dog, to put the satchel in front of their bodies, kind of acts like a buffer. Dogs aren't the only ones you need to worry about. Wasps. Wasps have been known to build nests inside mailboxes. And this fact about the United States Postal Service. In 1940, not that long ago, half of all federal employees worked for the Postal Service. Today, that ratio is 1 in 40 federal employees work for the Postal Service. We love you guys. Keep the mail flowing. Especially junk mail. I don't mind junk mail. You can throw it away. It's the mail that has those little windows in it that you have to pay attention to. It's 31 minutes after the hour. Oh, Canada. Happy birthday, Canada. Kind of. It was on this date in 1867 that the British North America Act takes effect. What did it do? It joined the colonies of Canada, or the province of Canada, if you will, the province of Nova Scotia and the province of New Brunswick, into one federation, effectively creating Canada, but not quite as a sovereign nation. Great Britain still held back some political power and some military power. So some of the more political vestiges the British held on to. But eventually, over time, and I mean over a lot of time, because they cut this deal in 1867, and it wasn't until 1982 when Canada received full sovereignty. So Great Britain let Canada go, but they kind of held on for like a long, long time. So today, Canada Day to our friends up to the north. Joe DiMaggio has done it. July the 1st, 1941. Joe DiMaggio's hitting streak continues. First of all, the Yankees swept the Red Sox in 2 games, 7-2 and 9-2. The second game was called after 5 innings. Joe DiMaggio has 2 hits in the first game, 1 in the second, and with that he ties Wee Willie Keeler for the major league mark of hitting in 44 consecutive games. We won't be here when he breaks a record because it's the weekend. We mentioned today is National Postal Worker Day because today Mr. Zip rolled out. Today is the anniversary of the zip codes. Rolled out nationwide on this date in 1963. Mr. Zip. I have 2 fun facts about Mr. Zip that you might not know about. First of all, his first name is Keith. People don't know that. And in the early 1950s, Mr. Zip actually once shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. Happy birthday to Mr. Zip and the zip code. Mine's 98801. Happy birthday to the Walkman. It was on this date in 1979 that Sony introduces the Walkman. And man, was this a game changer. Retail price for a Walkman in 1979 when they were rolled out on this date, $150. It's about $550 today. Sony predicted they would sell about 5,000 Walkmans the first month. They sold 50,000 Walkmans. I know, I bought one. It was indispensable to me back in high school. You had to have your Walkman on those long athletic bus trips. And by 1983, because of the Walkman, cassettes for the first time outsold vinyl records in a very short period of time. The Walkman was rolled out in 1979, and just 4 years later, cassettes were the dominant physical musical media. The Walkman. I wish I still had mine. And we mentioned it's Canada Day today. You're not going to believe this. It wasn't until this date in 1980 that "O Canada" became the official national anthem of Canada. Canada became a sovereign country in 1867. Oh, Canada was written in 1880, but they never bothered to actually make it official. It was on this date in 1980, 100 years after it was written, that Oh, Canada actually officially became the national anthem. And by the way, it blows our national anthem away. Oh, Canada is a good national anthem. Much better than the Star Spangled Banner, musically speaking. People get mad when I bash our Star Spangled Banner, but I don't much like it. Birthdays, the legendary Olivia de Havilland, the last surviving member of either the cast or the crew who made Gone with the Wind, was born this day in 1916. She played Melanie Hamilton, of course, who was my favorite of all the characters. She won 2 Academy Awards for Best Actress, and she lived a long time. She lived to the age of 104, which is why she was the last member of either the crew or the cast to make Gone with the Wind back in 1939. Klinger is 92. That blows me away. Well, not Klinger, Jamie Farr, who played Klinger on MASH, is 92 years old today. He was actually in the Army and was stationed in Korea in the 1950s, interestingly enough. He's 92 years old today. The man inside the Darth Vader suit, who was always disappointed. David Prowse said, I was always disappointed that they took James Earl Jones's voice instead of mine, but what do? He got paid. David Prowse, the man inside the Darth Vader costume, born this day in 1935. He died 6 years ago at the age of 85. The legendary Danny Aykroyd, 74 years old today. Saturday Night Live, The Blues Brothers, Trading Places. Of course, he wrote Ghostbusters. Got an Academy Award nomination for Driving Miss Daisy. He's 74 years old today. Voted the greatest athlete of the century back in 1999. Carl Lewis is 64 years old today, and he still has a couple of Olympic records, the last I checked, but he dominated track and field in the 1980s. And Diana, the Princess of Wales, would have been 64 years old today. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsor. Thanks, guys. Going to take a break. Got an opinion from my Mad Dog Mignotti, and then one last reminder from Allie Jordan. Go to Walla Walla Point Park on Friday and Saturday and celebrate our nation's birthday. That conversation when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
Community is more than just a place. It's the people, stories, and connections we share. At the Wenatchee World, we're your neighbors, your storytellers, and your trusted voice. From uncovering the issues that matter most to celebrating the moments that bring us together. We deliver the stories that keep the community moving forward. The Wenatchee World, your community voice, here every day.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, Major League Baseball is doing something new this year. They're allowing batters, catchers, and pitchers to challenge a so-called ball or strike. Now, if one of these three folks disagree with the umpires calling a ball or strike, they can challenge the call by tapping their head. A big graphic then showing up on the scoreboard shows the location of the pitch in and out of the strike zone will then appear on the scoreboard for everyone to see, and the call is either verified or overturned. Maybe this process allows for more fairness and less bad calls, but it's certainly cut back on episodes of managers flying out of the dugout to kick dirt on umpires' shoes and players throwing fits and getting tossed out of the game, all of which, in my mind, adds up to what used to make baseball our national sport. Well, personally, I'm not sure if I like this new development, but I'll tell you this. I'm sure Ty Cobb is rolling over in his grave. Yep. Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCW Life. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCW Life channel.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
From the ocean to the mountains to the forest in between, vacation time can be a fun time. But not if your car breaks down. Let the professionals at Global Car Care be your car maintenance partners. Global Car Care, serving our valley for 25 years. With expert service, integrity, and quality workmanship. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language. Well, here we are, our final visit with Allie Jordan down here at Walla Walla Point Park, which is going to be the place to be, not only on Friday, but on Saturday, the 3rd and the 4th of July. I mean, if America's going to celebrate their 250th birthday, you're going to make it a 2-day wing-ding, and Allie has taken care of that with her group, Elevated Marketing, who basically, this is your baby.
Yes.
This is your baby. What's the last couple of weeks been like for you as you begin to do the final preparations, getting the food and the bands and everything all lined up?
Yeah, you know, it's glamorous work. A lot of emails, a lot of phone calls, touching base with people, just making sure everyone's got all of their ducks in a row. So we've got our ducks in a row, like you said, with food vendors and entertainers and timelines for loading in the stage, and then building out the towers to hold our sound system, and yeah, all that fun stuff. Because this is just any ordinary Independence Day celebration, it's the 250th birthday of America. Has that made things logistically a little more difficult, a little more challenging? Yeah. And the fact that it's on a Saturday? The fact that it's on a Saturday, you know, none of it's really changed for us. We're trying to just continue to offer something for everyone. So logistically for us, it's kind of just keep your head down and check your tasks off. We definitely want to make it special for it being the 250th. So it'll be very cool, good experience for everyone in the community and all the guests coming into the community to celebrate. But for us, it's really just been, like I said, those emails, those phone calls, working with our partners, working with you guys. Your sponsors. Our sponsors, Salcedo Group of companies has been amazing. Weinstein Beverage has been great. Washington Trust Bank. So yeah, we've just been really working with our partners. So logistically for us, it's kind of the same thing. We just get those items checked off. But I think that everyone will really have a good time when they come down. And it was a few years ago, this used to be just a one-day thing. And then a few years ago, they said, oh, wait a minute, why don't we make it something on the evening of the 3rd
to build a little momentum for the 4th, and that seems to have worked out pretty good.
It has, yeah. So on the 3rd, now we open up the beer garden, and we have an entertainer that opens up for the day, and then we do a movie in the park so that everyone can come down and enjoy beautiful atmosphere, good family-friendly environment. So yeah.
And you finally picked the movie. Last time you and I talked, you hadn't had the movie straightened out. Now you do.
We do. So we're going to air Despicable Me 4, and it'll start at 8:45 on the 3rd, so Friday the 3rd. And then at 5 o'clock, we're going to have the Bada Bings open up on the entertainment stage, and we'll have the beer garden open. The food vendors will be open, and then at 8:45, we'll start Despicable Me 4.
And that is Friday, and then Saturday, everything starts at 9 o'clock in the morning for cars and coffee. And you got to sign up for that, by the way. If you like coffee and have a car, I suppose you're eligible.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, car enthusiasts, you can either enter your car or you can come down, check them out, and enjoy the atmosphere. It's just a great place and way to start the celebration for Independence Day. So like you said, 9 o'clock, we'll have cars and coffee kick off, and then we'll go right into opening the beer garden and the entertainment stage. So cars and coffee will be 9 to 11. And then we'll get right into the beer garden and entertainment, and then a cornhole tournament starting at 1. So, yeah.
And the cornhole you got to sign up for, and there's a link on Allie's website. Just Google Wenatchee Valley 4th. It pops right up, and then you click on the cornhole thing, and you're in.
Yes.
Just fill out the form, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
And as of today, and there'll probably be more, but as of today, you have 10 food vendors with 10 different selections. So you have a variety.
We do have a variety. So we've got Mission Burger coming down, Freddy's Kitchen, Gino's Kettle Corn, Godfather's Pizza. So we're going to have, and plenty more. So we're going to have a lot of variety, a little something for everybody. We'll have some ice cream vendors, some fresh drinks. So just a little something for everybody.
The two things you won't see down here on the 4th are dogs, number 1, and your own personal fireworks. We can't stress either one of those enough, because that seems to, every year we get the word out, dogs absolutely no. First of all, it's fireworks, and you're right there.
Yes.
I mean, we're right next to the spit behind us, so you're gonna feel those concussions. We all know how dogs and even cats don't much the boom of fireworks. They don't like that at all. And of course, your own personal fireworks is verboten anyway.
Yes. Yep. So we ask you to leave your furry friends at home, and because like you said, we're going to be shooting the fireworks right behind us. So it's just a more pleasant experience for your animal and for everyone down here enjoying them. And there's really no better, if you've never been down here, there is no better way to experience the fireworks in the Wenatchee Valley than down here. We're right on the water. We've got miles of park. The view is amazing. The pyro team does an absolutely phenomenal job with what they do with the fireworks. So if you haven't been down here, especially it being the 250th, we really encourage you to come down and experience that. And leave your own fireworks at home. It's just safer that way. It's hot, it's dry. We don't want any fires, so we try to leave it to the professionals and let everyone really enjoy it in that capacity. And if you are coming down to celebrate with us, Link Transit, they're going to be doing shuttles, and they get priority in and out. So in Wenatchee, they'll be offering a shuttle starting at 7 o'clock from behind JCPenney's. And then new this year, they're going to be offering a shuttle from Wenatchee Valley Mall starting at 7 to the park. And then when the fireworks are over, they'll be taking everyone back to their destination.
And again, they get first.
They get priority.
They stop everybody, and you get to go in first on the bus.
They get priority to exit the park after the fireworks. So they are definitely a great choice if you want to come down and enjoy. Biking is great too if you want to bike down.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
I used to do that. So there are a few good ways, but Link Transit is great. So yeah.
And so the back of the rear of the JCPenney parking lot is huge.
Yes.
It's like 5 acres of parking there. But where's it going to be the pickup and drop off at the mall in East Wenatchee? Where's that going to be?
It'll be in front of Macy's.
Okay.
Yep.
And again, big huge parking lot.
Big huge parking lot. Yes. So ample parking.
No complaining about traffic, because if you just take the bus, and the shuttle runs pretty much constantly.
Every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have to wait long, and again, you get to expedite and you get to exit the park before anybody else after the fireworks are done. So
you mentioned before, this is Walla Walla Point Park is a big park. Is everything going to be where it has been in years past, as far as where the stage is going to be on Friday and Saturday, and where the movie thing is going to be? Physically, how's the layout we're looking?
Yeah.
Similar to years past?
Yes, very similar to years past. So we'll be right down here. The entertainment stage will be near the toys and the shelter right over here. The beer garden will be in the shelter next to the toys, so it'll be covered, and then we'll have an extension and fencing around it so we can go indoor, outdoor, so you can have covered space or you can be sitting in the sun, can kind of have your choice. And then the Cars and Coffee will be in the parking lot next to the shelter as well. So yeah, everything will just be right in this general area.
And Kaylee, does she have anything special planned, your pyro crew, for this particular show?
They do have some special things planned. So that's another reason to be down at the park. Some of it will be more visible and enjoyable down here this year.
And you feel the concussions.
You feel the concussions, and there's certain things that'll be a little bit lower hanging that you'll just be able to experience differently here. But yes, the pyro team definitely has some stuff up their sleeve for the 250th.
And that's your singular biggest expense, I would assume, is the fireworks. That's 25 grand or something, isn't it?
It's definitely our largest expense, but it's what makes the whole thing, you know, it's what we build everything around. So we're very blessed to have such good partners in the city of Wenatchee, the city of East Wenatchee. They help fulfill those types of things through our LTAC dollars. And then our presenting sponsor, Salcedo Group of Company, and Weinstein Beverage with our entertainment stage. So all these partners really make everything possible, because this is a free community event. There are things you can choose to purchase to participate in, like the cornhole, or $20 for the Cars and Coffee, and that really just kind of covers the shirt cost, and if you choose to eat or drink down here. Otherwise, everything's free. So this is truly just a community celebration. So these partners, we could not do it without them.
And there's a lot of trees down here. You can bring your own stuff down if you want.
Yes.
So long as it's non-alcoholic. That's about the only restriction there. But if you just want to make a picnic out of it.
Yeah, you can. You can absolutely bring your own food and drink as long as it's non-alcoholic. Yeah, this is just supposed to be a great community celebration.
And kudos to the Chelan County PUD's Parks and Rec Department, because they keep, first of all, they keep this park immaculate, which is why a lot of people are drawn to it anyway.
Yes.
But they've been great partners too.
They are outstanding. We couldn't be luckier with them. They are so great to work with. They are so accommodating. They want to make this just as amazing of an experience as we do. So partnering with them and working with them, we could not ask for a better group to be working with. So we are very lucky with that.
And a lot of communities will be doing 4th of July celebrations. Some of them do them every year like we do here. Others, because it's the 250th, it's a one and done kind of thing. But no community anywhere within a 200-mile radius of where we're standing gets this.
They just don't. You cannot replicate this. We are so lucky to have it. We're right on the Columbia River, literally. I mean, we shoot the fireworks from the river. So we're just really lucky and blessed, and we've got all of this space. So as many people as come down, and as crowded as it gets, we are so lucky. There is ample space down here, and it's all waterfront, it's all riverfront. We've just got beautiful landscape. We've got the toys for the kids. We've got all of the activities that we're putting on. So you just can't beat this.
Now, can people, and I bring this up every year, a lot of people don't come down, and that's cool. But they still enjoy the fireworks because you can't miss them.
Yes.
If you live in the Wenatchee, East Wenatchee area, you're going to see and hear the fireworks. And so they'll go to some of the view areas around the rim of the valley. And if you get $10 worth of entertainment out of the fireworks, can you say, "Hey, Allie, here's $10. That was great. Thanks for the entertainment." So you're still taking donations.
Always.
Even after the show.
Yeah, we'll always take donations and sponsorships. It helps put this community event on. Again, it's free, so you can go to the website WenatcheeValley4thofjuly.net, and there's a donate button. So like you said, any little bit helps. Yeah,
it's free, and who's kidding who? If you say that was a $10 show, I enjoyed it, here's $10.
Yeah,
I mean, you should pay for it.
Yeah, you know, if you can, that would be great. Yeah.
And we touched on everything. No dogs. Link running from JCPenney on one side and Macy's on the other, and the priority in and out. Law enforcement's going to do their job. They're going to do controlling the stoplights at the intersections, getting in and out.
Yes.
That's going to help.
Yes, so we're going to control one more intersection light than we have previously, because there's really no point in having stoppage at that light on 9th. So we're going to have continuous traffic out of the park. Town Toyota Center, we can park there. So there will be continuous flow of traffic down Walla Walla. Yeah, so like you said, we've covered everything. We've got stuff kicking off July 3rd at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. You can get down here, kind of get your spot. We'll have the beer garden open, entertainment, movie in the park, and then we'll start the 4th off with cars and coffee, and then go into entertainment, food, beer garden, and fireworks.
So what time do you get to go to bed on Saturday the 4th, or do you?
Oh no, we'll be down in the park until about 2 a.m. and then we'll get back at about 6 or 7.
For the cleanup.
Yeah.
And a bunch of crew. She brought in professional sound people for the entertainment. You got you brought in some. You have a lot of volunteers that are making this work, but you also brought in the professional people that takes a lot of the onus off of you.
Yes, we absolutely bring in the professionals. So we get our stage from the Town Toyota Center. We get heavy duty scaffolding so that we can hold up amazing sound equipment, because we understand how large this park is. So we want to ensure that everyone can enjoy it no matter where they're sitting. So the sound can travel about 2 miles in either direction. So we brought in professionals for that. Obviously the pyro team, Kylie and James and all of them do amazing. So we definitely bring in the heavy hitters for the good stuff and the big stuff.
One last thing before we let Allie go. She's got a lot to do before now and Friday the 3rd. As far as everything is free, but if you want to, indulge in the beer garden, that's fine. Just make sure you bring your ID, and I would recommend cash. I mean, It's just a good idea. Most vendors nowadays, almost everybody can take the card, but you can take the entire guesswork out of how to pay for, say, if you want a couple of cold ones in the beer garden, or you want to buy some food from Freddy's or Godfather's or whatever. Cash is the way to go.
Yes.
It just eliminates one more little headache that might happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you look great, Allie.
Thank you. So do you.
Yeah, well, that's a
got
given.
that summer tan going.
Yeah, well, they don't let ugly people on TV.
That's right. I know. Good for us.
Happy birthday, America. 250 years old on Saturday, the 4th of July. But she's looking more like 180. I think she's looking pretty good. As good as Allie, anyway.
Yeah.
You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Chelan PUD works hard year-round to reduce fire risk and provide dependable service for our customers. But when extreme fire weather is forecasted, we may resort to a public safety power shutoff, turning off power to a specific area in order to prevent fire. In this rare event, we'll keep you informed before, during, and after the shutoff. To stay prepared and check if you're in a PSPS zone, visit chelanpud.org/PSPS.
Slide and surf all summer long. Soundwave Saturdays, more than a surf park, it's the summer scene. Grab a drink and enjoy live music every Saturday in July and August. Slide Waters in Lake Chelan. Don't miss it. All right, it's time for my live read for Pool to Spa Services. Upgrade relaxation with a bullfrog spa, and apparently they're pretty good. At Pool to Spa Services on Worthen Street, it has the exclusive jetpack therapy system for personalized comfort in every seat. And who doesn't want that? Check it out, Pool to Spa Services. All right, your forecast for the holiday weekend is almost upon us and looks something like this. Sunshine today, our normal high is 82. We'll be right around 80.
which is what we hit, pretty much yesterday. We're going to repeat it all over again. Just a little bit more sunshine today. 55 with a little bit of breeze tonight. We do it all over again Thursday. Maybe a few clouds on Thursday. We'll top off at 81. Eventually the clouds, whatever clouds we get Thursday afternoon, will be gone overnight Thursday night with a little bit of wind. And we'll get down to 58, and then here we go. High pressure coming in 86 to 88 on Independence Day to 90 to wrap up the holiday weekend. That's right in the sweet spot. And provided this show isn't canceled, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.